Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Burnley match preview. But some breaking news about Paul Pogba basically coming out and bodying that fossil manager Jose Mourinho. We'll get into his comments as well. But before we do that, if you are new, do subscribe. The birds are singing. Smash a like. Comment down below, gentlemen. Before I get into the Pogba stuff, I'm gonna ask you how you all feeling after our win against Granada and we through to the semi-finals.
What is it to say? I'm feeling great. We're in the semis. I think it gets hard now. We'll win. I think these next two games will be the hardest games in the competition.
That was the most obvious statement I've ever heard you make in my entire life.
And you lagged.
Saying the semis and the finals are going to be the hardest in the competition. Thank you. You deserve an award. You deserve an award for that analysis right there. I am sorry, that was some S tier analysis.
Yeah, but did you say anything else? Because you were a bit lagging.
No, I didn't. My network's a bit jealous. So
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is.
Fair.
Yeah. It's right to say. I'm in a sarcastic mood today, clearly. But yeah, I'm just feeling at best just because of how we got the result across the line. And I hate having to say that every time. Like, I know if it was against Man City that result happened against or something, Like, we managed to scrape a 2-0 against City. That makes sense. That's fair. We're doing it against Granada, boys. I will never get over that. We shouldn't have to scrape a result against a team like that. I'm glad we got the result, but it shouldn't have to be a scraping. And I want better for this club. So I'm excited that we're going through to the semis. But I also know that we're going to let Roma have all the time in the world.
Well, we can only hope. And we'll get to Roma when we get there. But, let's talk about my boy. Clay, you can mute yourself. You can take off your headset. Because it's about to be a Pogba-esque show. This is going to be a Pogba-esque show. My boy came out live in a video, in an interview, and he bodied Jose Mourinho. Basically, I'm taking this from United Report Twitter account. They're one of the best in terms of news in Manchester United. So if you want, go follow them. But basically, Paul Pogba, he says, we won the game against Jose Mourinho. He lost the game and he doesn't want to speak about the game. He wants to speak about the dad of someone, obviously referring to Oli being the dad. And that's what he does. Everybody knows him. It's very Mourinho. And he said it more in a joking way, but he's very serious also. That is Mourinho. Mourinho does do that type of thing. So no surprises there. Paul Pogba also says, what I have now with Oli is different to Jose Mourinho. He wouldn't go against the players. He wouldn't go against the players. He also said maybe Oli wouldn't pick a player, but it's not like he puts them on the side like they don't exist anymore. However, I know some people would be like, wow, look at Donny, look at Ahmad, he just puts them there. They never play. But we'll get there. He said, and then he also says that's the difference between Mourinho and Oli. But like I said, the Donny thing kind of makes that one a bit like questionable for me because he does treat Donny van de Beek like that. So Paul Pogba also says, once I had a great relationship with Mourinho, everybody saw that, and the next day you don't know what happened. That's the strange thing I had with Mourinho, and I cannot explain to you because even I don't know. So yeah, that's exactly what Paul Pogba says. He said maybe Solskjaer's methods work because he's a bit closer to the people. Every coach has their own way to coach and deal with players, and as a player you have to adapt. Sometimes it doesn't suit you, and sometimes it does, which I do agree with 100%. Some players obviously they would like a manager who's more ruthless, more tactically inclined. Some people would like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's why people love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's more easygoing. He won't throw you under the bus. He's just not that type of manager. Paul Pogba also says Ole has helped Luke Shaw a lot. It was a difficult season with Luke and Mourinho, and he has proved he has quality, and he always has had quality, and the trust of the manager is there. Paul Pogba's last quote I've got is also said, we got the result we wanted, Oli knows it, and we enjoyed that moment because we know Mourinho and we know what he likes. We don't need this war of words, we just focus on us. So as you can see, Paul Pogba woke up and he chose violence today. And I am here for every second of it because I agree with everything but the Oli not treating players like they're invisible because of Donny van de Beek. But 99% of what Paul Pogba has said, spot on. Moloto, what do you have to say about Paul Pogba's comments?
Okay.
It's a good day. Sorry, it's a good day.
Well, I don't know. Pogba has exposed Mourinho. He's exposed him, and I love every second of it. And yeah, we know this. Mourinho does do this. From Chelsea to United, he deflects.
Okay. Clearly,
Nice.
the singing.
Whenever the teams are playing well, he makes it about out
Yep. Okay.
change.
Yeah, working very well today.
Now, is my network? Am I lagging? My
Yes.
network.
Very much
Yes.
so.
Yes. You were lagging quite hard.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We got a little bit of what you said. You said that you loved every bit of it. You here for it, yeah.
Yeah, no. He's exposed Mourinho really, and the Donny one. I don't know. Yes, Solskjaer has mistreated Donny. I would say so, but then it's still better than what Mourinho does because Mourinho would slam Luke Shaw in the media, and in my opinion, that's just unacceptable. Maybe once upon a time, but it's unacceptable. But I don't want to make this about Oli. I think it's about Pogba saying the right things, standing up for his manager. And I love that. It shows that he has a brilliant relationship with his manager. And I love every second of it.
Clear?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing to take away from this. That Pogba loves Ali. Simple as that.
I think he loves Oli. He hates Mourinho. I think Paul Pogba, evidently those comments would say he's in a happy place. And hopefully, what I'm really hoping for, Loki, is that somehow we are selling him the dream and he signs the thing. Exactly. I just hope he signs the thing. That's all I want. He must sign the thing
Doesn't
and we'll
sign
move
the
on.
thing.
If he doesn't sign the
You
thing,
heard it.
he will prove everyone in the world who Paul Pogba really is, and he'll win
Yes.
everything.
Look,
But if he signs the thing, he signs the thing.
I've said in the past I want Pogba to go. I like Pogba, but I just don't think it has worked with this club. But at this moment in time, we're not going to get the appropriate amount of money for Paul Pogba. So, he must sign the thing. It's in everybody's
Does
best
sign thing
interest.
goes for free. So
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
I,
Again,
yeah, I just want Paul Pogba to stay. That's all I want. I have said it multiple times. I just want him to stay. No matter what, you give him what he wants. You keep Paul Pogba at this club. That's obviously because I absolutely love Paul Pogba. I know what's best for his career is probably leaving Manchester United. But as a United fan myself, I want one of my favorite players ever to stay at this club. So that's just where I'm at. But anyways, boys, we move on. We move on to this game, the Burnley game. I haven't even really thought about it because, every time Burnley come into town, it's a very, very weird one. We know how Burnley play. Proper, low block, shithouse
old
wins.
school.
They're old school, they're very, very old school. And, when it comes to United,
Be back in a sec.
cool, no problem. But when it comes with United, we'll have Maguire back, we have Luke Shaw back, we have Scott McTominay back. So that's why all three of them are on that team on my left. But Mr. Maloto, how are you feeling ahead of this Burnley game?
hey, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. When are we playing Roma? Is it next week?
I'll check with you. Why were you thinking about resting?
Yeah, I'm thinking about resting because I feel like we're in a comfortable position in the league.
We're playing.
And
It hasn't been this. Yeah, well, it says Thursday, 29th of April.
really, okay, it doesn't sound like next week unless I'm getting my
13
dates wrong.
days away.
So it's not next week.
No, 2.
No.
Okay, so we can afford to play these anyone we want really, and I guess then we should. But in the case we were, I'd say we should rest. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm being caught in the moment. This is the type of game I'd like an Ahmad to play because Burnley aren't the strongest team out there, and I just feel like Dan James is redundant in this type of game. You're gonna play some low block, and it's not gonna make a difference. His pace is not gonna be useful. So I would play Ahmad, give him the chance, and see what he can do because he's a talented player. I mean, he scored an important goal for us in the Europa League, so I feel like he deserves the trust to play in some of these games. And Yeah, no, it won't be an easy game. Not because Burnley are the strongest, but because we struggle against the low block. So we're gonna need our best at that best. Bruno and Pogba need to be firing for this game, and I think if they are, we'll break them down. But I can see a situation where if they're not, we're sluggish, and this ends as like a 0-0. That's a very United thing to do. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But yeah, I have mixed emotions about this game.
Oh wait, yeah, you can continue. I just realized I did something wrong.
Yeah, that's it really. And
Yeah.
Burnley will play low block. Route one. That's all though. That's all they always do. Doesn't change. It works for them. And yeah,
But yeah, Claire, how are you feeling ahead of this Burnley game?
At best, but Burnley is just—it's one of those teams for us. It's a bogey team
It's a
waiting
bogey
to happen.
team, yeah.
It's exactly what it is. And Burnley have actually been in scoring form recently, so it's no longer just to sit back and wait. It looks like they're actually scoring goals, so they're a lot more threatening. So we could potentially drop points completely here.
I mean,
That's not what you want to hear.
there's
As a
not
United
really
fan.
a weak bar like maybe that Granada week where it's like,
Yeah.
United can't lose there. No, I'm still not on the full train. It's like,
Mhm.
everything's going good again. Let's just predict wins here, there. We don't really lose that often, to be honest, in the league. But I'm never going to be oblivious that there is a potential slip up, especially with a bogey team like Burnley. But to read you something interesting, Burnley in the last 5 games have only won one game. Like we said, they're just starting to pick up their goal scoring form. But it seems like they still can't get the results. So they've drawn twice, they've won one, and lost twice. So on form,
often.
it's not that great still.
Oh my gosh, my network is horrible. How often do they really beat us though?
That's a very
I
good
feel
question.
like
I
I
don't
might
think they
struggle
beat
against
us.
them.
I think we will probably win, but it'll be like a tough game, or they might have
Yeah,
nicked
yeah.
a draw
Yeah.
now and then.
It's one of those games. I
Yeah.
think they beat us that time where we all lost it earlier. But besides that,
Yeah, I
I
remember that
think
one. Yes.
it tends to be a hard game, but I think we tend to
2-0
beat them
loss.
most of the time.
I would
What was it? Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah.
think we beat Burnley most of the time,
Yeah, I would like to think so as well. I'm just saying.
but
And you guys can check, but
Yeah.
my memory still is right. I think we do.
I also think so.
Yeah, we've drawn. Burnley's only beat us once, which was last season.
Okay, so it was literally that. And draws?
We draw most of our fixtures, and it looks like when we draw our home games, to be specific, we win
Of
our
course.
away games.
Yeah, so it's never really a loss. It's just, the amount of draws we get, it feels like a loss. And when we draw a game, it feels like a loss. That's why I always think it's like a loss. But yeah, we drop 3 points against Burnley. Evidently.
There's
Where
potential.
is the game? Is it Old Trafford or?
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
You actually, I remember
Yeah.
in Mourinho's first season. Oh my gosh, we had like freaking 30 shots in that game, and Tom Heaton was guarding goals.
I remember
Yeah,
it as well. I
I
remember
think it was a
it.
0-0 draw. That game was horrible.
Was it the one where Zlatan should have had like 3 and a
Yeah.
hat trick? Yeah, I
That
remember.
game was horrible.
I was watching it on my phone at a mall. But anyways, I don't know why I remember that game, but I do. I also remember Tom Heaton just saving
Funny enough,
every
I also was on
Zlatan
my phone.
shot. Interesting. Very interesting.
It's very weird.
It's interesting how the brain works, isn't it?
It's
But yeah,
very weird.
I'll be honest with you boys. If you're looking for entertainment again and you're watching this and you're looking for entertainment this weekend, don't watch this game. Just don't watch this game. I don't know what Ollie's going to do. It might be interesting because if you're a rival fan, it could be a potential slip up for United. That could always be funny. But in terms of good football, yeah, this is not it, chief. This is not going to be the game. Burnley don't play football. We don't really play football. So let's talk about what's going to really happen tactically. Maloto, you can start. Obviously we know Burnley is going to be the low block. So United, what are they going to do?
I think it depends. I feel like whether we play good football or not play good football is determined on those two players again. I think if we have a good tempo, which I hope we will, but then we're playing Thursday to Sunday, that might be a bit of a turn up. But I've noticed there are some games where it's clear that Ole says, yes, try to score the goal, but then take it easy, because you don't really need to be playing at that high tempo. And there's some games where it's clear that he's like, go for them, even though we move the ball fast, but we're not very creative. So we need a balance where we move the ball really quickly, but we're getting it to those talisman and Bruno and Pogba, and they have the freedom to do what they want. And I think if we do that consistently, I I think we could smack Burnley. You know, it's one of those games. If those two are on it, we could smack Burnley. If they're not, it could be a dull draw. And Burnley's tactics, they are they play a low block as always. They're very defensively rigid, but they know how to handle the ball, which is what is great about them. You know, they clearly believe in those tactics. It's not like those teams, like Mourinho teams, where you can see that the players are resistant to playing like that. They believe in playing the low block, and they're committed to an extent where when they do have to counter, they're very tidy with the ball. You know, and it's a wonder to watch, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it. They might say it's anti-football, but I
This
just
is
think
why he's
it's.
Ollie in. He respects Sean Dyche's football. This is why he's Ollie in.
Sometimes football's beautiful. It's kept them in the league. You know,
Oh,
there's
No, but
more than one way to play
contrary
football.
to
James.
popular belief, Malot is not the only one of my friends who says they like defensive, pragmatic football. You know,
I like both. I like both.
I do agree with the sense where it's like you don't have to
Okay.
play. Not even just SK, more than SK. But it's more to the fact it's like, you know, you don't have to play Poch or Beelzebub all the time to appreciate it, you know? And I'm
I
not
don't
like
want
that,
it.
but definitely lots of people are.
I don't want it at United or Barca.
Yeah, obviously. No,
Because of
preferably you
tradition.
wouldn't want it at your club, you know?
But I don't want it out of football because I feel like there's pundits who just don't want anyone to play like boring. We're all playing the same football. I would find it extremely boring. So yeah, I respect Sean Dyche. I respect Nuno. I respect these other managers.
Yeah. I don't want my club to be playing it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I respect Sean Dyche for shithousing his way, you know, while doing what he needs to do to make sure his team is in the Premier League. You know, I respect it. I can respect it. But yeah, Clay, tactically, this game,
yeah. So it's very much just that summed up, and it's just going to be a case of how we're going to crack it. Because I feel there's going to be a very, very easy solution that Ollie's going to be completely oblivious to, and that is Donny van de Beek. It is that simple for this game. We played Donny, Pogba, Bruno. Burnley don't stand a chance against us.
Yeah.
that sounds
We win the
great.
game outright with that starting
Yeah.
11. Simple as
does.
that.
It sounds great,
Because-
though.
Yeah, exactly. We counter the low block and we can get beautiful goals. What more do you want in life? And
Exactly.
he's still gonna pick Scott.
Exactly. I can guarantee. Yeah, I'll get to this team now. But what's interesting is, you know, Burnley's biggest threat, right? The way they play, they do like to counter. But if we give them set pieces, or if we allow them to cross the ball into our box, we are gonna have a bad
They're
game.
massive and physically
Exactly.
strong.
They are
That's
physically
Burnley's
bigger
MO.
than us, you know.
Yeah.
They are stronger than us. So that's probably why Burnley is kind of our bogus team, because you know we set piece wise we can't deal with anyone set
Harold
piece.
needs to
Exactly.
step up.
So Harold will need a big game, exactly. So Harold will needs a big game this weekend. But also, you know, in general, our team, whenever somebody whoops a ball into our box, no one knows how to read it. Maguire and Lindelof, they pretend like they're not there.
Especially if it's by
Aaron
as
gets
well.
exactly. Aaron gets blamed then, and Luke Shaw probably is where the cross comes from. So you know, big problems if that happens. So we need to stop crosses getting to the box. That's part number one. And two, we still need to score goals, and we don't score many goals when we verse these type of teams. It's a problem. And Clayton and I last night, Malot, after you left to go to bed after the match reaction, Clayton and I we did some research, if you may, some very good research that ate our brain because we tried to figure out where our last 5 goals came
yeah.
from. But basically, United put out a tweet saying that we have bagged 100 goals this season in all competitions. So we calculated where our goals came from. Moloto, I can tell you now that 2 players got 44% of our goals. Would you like to take a guess who those 4 players are?
4 players.
2.
2 players. 44% of our goals
You
come
want
from 2 players.
Just goals, not even assists as well.
Just goals,
That's
no
the biggest
no
one.
assists, goals. 100 goals you scored. 44 of those goals came from who?
The logical answer is Bruno and Rashford. That's
Exactly.
the logical answer.
So Rashford's got 20. Bruno's got 22.
4. You said 44, didn't you?
Is it 44? It is 44. Bruno's got 24.
Bruno's had a mad season.
That sounds
I'll check.
ridiculous.
I'll double check you.
Yeah, just double check. But I remember it was 44% basically between the two of them. I think Cavani's got 7. Martial's got 7 goals as well. Scott's got 7.
Cavani had more.
Oh, he might have had updates. It might have been like 8 or 9 this time. But yeah, but those two players have got 44% of our goals, which is ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous. And the problem is, I trust Bruno against a low block. I can kind of trust Rashford at the low block, but if we play Cavani, guys, there's a problem. There's a problem. Because when you have Rashford and Dan James on your wing against a low block and Cavani trying to battle his way through, Cavani's going to need service, otherwise he doesn't do anything else in the game. Can you
It's
see who
24 goals.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
saying.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
And
So
9 for Cavani. If you want to
9
correct
for
that.
Cavani.
And I agree with Clay here. All of us missed out. We need more technical players here because I think if we have them on the pitch, we'll wreck them. If the front three is Ahmad, Pogba, and Greenwood, I think we could destroy them. You know, with that front three, and we have what's his name again, Donny and Bruno in the midfield. I think that'd be great.
Exactly.
So that's what I would do. But Ole is never going to do that. Ole is never going to do that. He's going to play Cavani because he's going to think experience first, and we're going to draw this game.
That's the problem I was leading up to, because I put the numbers on the board. Yeah, we've got 100 goals this season. 2 big players there. I've got 2 massive numbers. 2 players have got almost 50% of all our goals. You know, that's excluding Rashford and Bruno's assists as well, because then it's just the madness. Then it's just the proper madness.
Exactly.
Bruno is fine in this type of game, right? It's okay. Bruno in this game, or in any game really, you can pretty much trust Bruno. My problem is Rashford. I know Rashford gets the numbers. I know Rashford is incredibly important to our system and just, you know, United in general. Obviously, look at those numbers. That's ridiculous. Back-to-back 20 goals a season. But in a specific game like this, where it's against Burnley, it's a low block, you're going to probably play Cavani. My point that I'm trying to make is that I know Pogba, people don't like Pogba on the wing. But when Pogba was on the wing, and when Donny was on the wing yesterday, the amount of chances that were created for Cavani were way better. And I think we can all agree. I'm not saying, well, technically I am kind of saying, don't play Rashford in this game, solely on the base if you're going to play Cavani.
I'm saying don't play.
And he's still got an injury. I don't think people realize that. So I don't know if it's too soon to play Rashford in this game, but would you guys be on the side of putting Paul Pogba again on the wing, not playing Marcus Rashford, even though he's still on the bench for us, but you know, not playing Marcus Rashford?
I see those numbers and they're great and all, but after what I've seen and what I wouldn't pay him even if he was fit. Like, that front three scares me against Burnley. Rashford, Cavani, James, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing is going to happen. It's down to Rashford having a good game, running through 20 players and scoring a worldie. And Cavani's not going to have a service. He's going to be roaming around that area like he does for the whole 90 minutes, not getting the... And Dan James is going to be in a position not knowing what to do because he plays low block. And now the onus is going to be on the midfield, doing something special. So I don't think it's smart to play this one thing. I think he likes to tinker for the opposition, and I think I guess he must do that in this game. And he must play Pogba and Greenwood in the front three, at least the 2 of them.
At least the 2 of them. So you would like Pogba, Cavani, Greenwood.
I don't want Cavani.
Oh,
I
no,
honestly don't want
okay.
Cavani.
So Pogba, Greenwood, and Donny, I'm guessing would be your front three.
It would be Ahmad, but that won't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably more likely to happen than Donny, but you know.
Donny won't happen either.
Yeah, it won't happen either.
I guess the compromise will be putting Cavani playing Pogba and Greenwood on the wings.
That's interesting, because now I want to ask Clay, because I know Clay loves Marcus Rashford. So Clay,
So
this
does
game...
Ali, that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
no, but I'm
Rashford's
saying for this game specific.
starting. Rashford's starting, I'm sorry, it's simple as that.
Would
Rashford's
you
starting.
start him though?
Would I start him? No, because I think Burnley's probably the one team in the league that's going to agitate that injury more than anything else than
Very
help
true.
it.
Yeah, very true.
I feel like he's going to be put on his ass many a time this game, and we could see him go off, and I don't want to see that. So I personally wouldn't risk it. I'd rather give Rashi an extra day off.
From a tactic perspective, if Rashford still was fit, would you play?
It's basically him or Dan James in my head, so yes.
Okay.
We don't have many options.
So you wouldn't play Paul Pogba on the wing?
No, I'd play Pogba centrally. I'm not for this. Paul Pogba's a god on the wing, and this is his best position. I'm not for this agenda.
I am only for this agenda because of one reason. When Pogba is on the wing, like I said, Cavani actually looks half decent. When Rashford is on the wing, or James, or Mason's on the wing, Cavani is the worst striker I have ever seen in my life. And that's just because we don't work with him, you know? Like, Pogba came out in the interview again. Pogba was doing a lot of talking actually, and he said with that goal, it was a beautiful goal. He said he knew exactly where Cavani was. He knew he was going to do what he was going to do. Heads it backwards. Cavani's there. Bang, beautiful goal. So Rashford doesn't. You wouldn't have done that. Rashford wouldn't have done that.
Rashford takes a shot.
I won't
Rashford
lie,
takes a shot. Yeah.
I won't lie, I am for the agenda because I love Pogba's long balls. I really do. But then I think defensively is a bit crap. Like I saw some tackles he made yesterday. They were very questionable. I just think I'd love Pogba with that freedom. It's either in that 10 or in a more advanced box position or even on the left wing. I think if he has the freedom, just go at players and do his fancy tricks, it makes us better as a team. So yeah, that's where I would play him.
I'm also starting to lean towards where I like Paul Pogba on the left wing. Kinda. I don't want no defensive responsibilities. I know if Clay put him centrally as well, he shouldn't have defensive responsibilities. So even if I would play Paul Pogba still in his best position, but I wouldn't give him defensive responsibilities, like I said. And I'm not going to go through it because I said the whole team would be different.
There's this man
But
called
yeah.
Nemanja in our team. He does all the
He does
defensive
the
heavy
defensive
lifting,
stuff, exactly.
and we're ignoring
But Oli
him.
doesn't play Matic as well, Matic would be a good player for this game. I know he played Thursday, but the pace shouldn't really be that ridiculous for Matic. It's
Burnley is in the
aggressive,
fast pace, at
exactly. It's aggressive, low block.
play
Matic
Scott.
is aggressive, he's tall,
He's gonna play
So-
Scott for his height. That's what he's gonna do.
Exactly. But the problem is Scott, what he does have over Matic in height, well, not even height because Matic is tall. He has height. He's got
Really?
a lot better stamina and
Match
fitness.
is massive.
Yeah, Matic is cut too. But he can't, defensively, he's just never going to be Matic ever, And what I don't like about this pivot here, is I think we've seen this pivot before, and it is bad because defensively we know McTominay can't do anything, especially when he's next to Pogba, and Pogba will have to do all the heavy lifting because Scott he won't be able to do it. Scott gets troubled by freaking 38-year-olds going into retirement, and he still gets troubled past, So I don't like this. This is probably my least favorite pivot. I mean, Mick Fred, they're one player, but at least you know what you're gonna get. With this, oh god, because you're asking Paul Pogba to be the more defensive responsibility, and that's not good, and that's not where we want Paul Pogba. So it'll be a waste. That's why I would love him to be on the wing this game. I would take a McFred and Pogba left wing. Honestly, this game I would take it. I'll take it. Exactly. I would play Matic personally. I would play Matic, but McFred, as long as Pogba's on the wing, it's fine.
With all respect, on if you played Matic and Donny, that's what we all want.
Basically. So if you're looking for your perfect
That's
team,
the point. Yeah.
you'd probably take out James. You'd probably put in Donny. Oh, or would you? I
Got
don't
the
know.
message.
Then you'd play
That's it?
Matic. Well, personally,
exactly it.
I wouldn't have Rashford, but yeah, I wouldn't have Rashford personally.
Yeah, there's not much rotation. I wouldn't throw Ahmad into this game. I think he's gonna get bodied and he's just gonna cry. You don't throw a 19-year-old up against Burnley, boys.
I also wouldn't, but
I don't know. I would for his trickery. It's what we need to do this game.
I mean, he barely had any trickery against Granada in the last game. I'm not gonna
I mean,
lie.
the man
He looked
only
as
had-
impressive as
he
Dan
had
James.
one moment.
I think
I know.
true, but I feel
And
like this guy.
in that moment,
I think
it's still better than
I'm still
anything I've
saying
seen Dan
you-
James. So,
He should have started that game so he could have been
Yeah.
warmed up.
yeah.
this is why I criticize Ole. He talks all about youth. We have youth.
His
at
exact
this club.
words were
That's all
Ahmad
we
is
do.
getting closer to starting games. More
Ah,
regularly.
You must start him.
Exactly.
You must start him. You must not. You want him to start at least a few games.
But I don't think Burnley yet. I don't think yet. That's a tough game to throw someone into. I want him to have some space to run into. I don't want him to be walking to just a low block. The supreme
Thing is,
low
Burnley
block,
will target Ahmad.
Here's the
They
thing.
will try bully him.
They
for
will.
sure.
They will.
100%. They're going to body him.
They will, but the thing is, I don't see much of a difference.
No, yeah, there's no difference. There's no difference.
Yeah,
basically,
but
what you're saying is, I was just saying, but basically, what you're saying, if it was Ahmad and Dan James only as the options, what we're basically saying is put James in because we don't want Ahmad to get hurt. That's what we're
There's
saying.
8 men up front.
We'd rather let Dan James. Dan James is gonna get bullied this game if he plays. There's no doubt about it. He'll win us lots of fouls, but he's gonna be put on the floor
I don't know.
every time he gets the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's
know.
not. I don't know. You're not going to see Dan James do a step over and beat whoever their left back or right back is and go and put
Even
in
if
a
he does,
cross.
he's still going to go over. We know Dan James. He's still going to go down.
This is the Premier League. I feel like Ahmad's gonna. Yes, Burnley's probably the worst of them, but he's gonna face this in the Premier League, so he has to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you chuck him to the deep end. You don't start Ahmad against PSG.
It'd be
because
very
you're in
weird from
Champions
Oli.
League,
I'd be honest with you. I'd like it. I still would like it.
You would never
But
do
it'd
it.
be very weird from Oli. Imagine out of
I
all the
agree, yeah.
games to start Amad Diallo and you start him
Burnley.
against Burnley.
He's gonna have a shit performance, and the fan base is gonna go, he's nothing special, and then
Exactly,
Ollie's
yeah.
gonna be like, cool, I don't need to play him anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oli would want to. We would love a reason not to play Ahmad. He would love a reason not to play Donny. And that's, I think, why the only reason last night was good, because the one positive is that Donny's performance is like, it just aggravates the fan base even more. It's like, you look at Donny yesterday and you're like, how is this man not playing games fast, So, I think we're all in agreement where, I know Clay doesn't like Pogba, but I think we're all in agreement, we would say. We all would play Donny van de Beek in this game, no matter what. Personally, I'm just going to summarize again. I would play Paul Pogba on the wing. I wouldn't play Rashford just because I want creativity and I know he's going to play Cavani. And it's not like I'm saying Rashford don't have the ability. He's definitely instructed to play the way he is, but I just back Paul Pogba more because he's just, naturally he's creative, Rashford, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress when it comes to creativity. But anyways, backline, Maguire is back. Captain Harry, Sir Harold Maguire is back. Luke Shaw is back. Scott McTominay is 100% playing this game. In my head, because he didn't play against the Europa League team, so he's going to play this game. Shaw will play, Maguire will play, all three back, 100% going to play. I think he will play Cavani because he's in goal scoring form and he loves Cavani. He's his number one striker.
And he substituted him early. There's still
Exactly.
signs there.
Subbed him early. Bruno plays. Pogba will probably play. It's just where will Paul Pogba play? That is the question. But anyways. And then Dino, actually. I think Dino will come back in because he's our Premier League goalkeeper. But other than that, I think that should be somewhat close to what Oli plays. I think it solely depends on where Paul Pogba plays. If he plays left wing, are we going to see McFred? Are we potentially going to see a Donny? Or if he doesn't play him on the left wing and he plays him in the pivot, Rashford will just come back in, to be honest. He'll probably will play an unfit Marcus Rashford. But we move on to our score predictions. And I don't think any of us got it right last week. So, well, not last week, yesterday. Yeah, I say last week, but...
Do you guys think we'll shout to rest Bruno in the league, or is it unnecessary?
I would love to rest Bruno. I'll be honest. And I think you got two perfect replacements. Obviously, they won't be able maybe to do what Bruno has done. But at the rate Bruno's going, they can't do much worse, to be honest.
But
so.
Bruno shouldn't have started last night, so it's as simple as that right now.
Bruno shouldn't have started last night.
So Ollie's dug himself into this hole.
Yeah, I think as much as we're not done completely, like it's not completely secure, but I feel like we do have great league, and I think we want him at his best for like the semi-final. So I would try and look for some rest here and there.
Admittedly, it's 2 weeks away, so Bruno's got some time to rest. Because now it's only Prem games. And that's every week, so everybody's going to get a large rest after that.
Well, I don't know. It says to be decided on Google, but I looked at this before when Maloto asked when we play. So it's Burnley Sunday, then it's like you get a whole week rest. Then you play Leeds, which is a relentless game Sunday.
Are we playing away?
Yeah. So,
okay, shit. Yeah, that's a
so we're playing Leeds away, and then we play Roma on Thursday, and that's so close to Sunday, No, not next. The Thursday straight after Leeds. So Leeds we play 25th of April, then Roma is 29th of April. So they'll have this week to rest evidently, but
when do we play Leeds? On the Sunday?
Sunday.
Why?
Exactly.
I think every Premier League
Premier League
fixture
is
is playing up at
starting.
the same time, I think, next week. So everybody's playing
The
Sunday.
league is starting. You see? No, I'm not having it. Honestly, in La Liga, I don't know if they do it anymore, but in La Liga they used to play Barcelona and Real Madrid 12 o'clock on Friday to accommodate for the Champions League. Why does the Premier League never do things like that?
Because they want revenue. I'll be honest, they just run revenue, and they don't care about players' rest. You go the more football, the more money. That's just how it is. The more football, the more we're gonna watch, the more money they make.
Leeds have a shit pitch that really takes it out of players. So we are screwed if we don't do some rotation for that Leeds game. Yeah. Every single team has returned saying that.
I would
the type of football they play.
Every team that visits whatever the stadium's called, they always come back dead. They come back dead every single time.
Does it on purpose,
And-
low-key,
yeah.
Bielsa. But we'll get to
They
that. I
definitely
will hype up Bielsa next week. I'll be on low. I'll be
Yeah,
the Leeds fan
it's
next
come.
week.
It's a
But
scary
yeah,
week.
it's a very
scary
scary week. Yeah, it's the problem because I even looked at it. I'm like, guys, 4 days. So you have Sunday, bang bang, play again. Yo.
Well, I mean, we're literally playing Thursday, bang bang Sunday.
Exactly. That's what I don't
That's what
like
it is
about
currently.
it. Yeah.
So I'll take the extra day. You know.
It'll take the extra day, I guess, but still it's not ideal. But I can
It's
see
far from
Moloto
ideal, yeah.
has lagged. So, Clay, do you want to give your score prediction first?
Just because Burnley have been in such good scoring form, I can't rule out them us keeping a clean sheet. And again, I don't think they've been good defensively, but they are still going to be that low block. So if I see Dan James, Marcus Rashford, Cavani, and Pogba, I'm gonna question whether we can actually score goals. So if I don't see Donny, I'm gonna immediately think we're gonna draw, in my honest opinion. But if he does make an appearance, I think we definitely win it. But I also know we have an immense power to shithouse results. So I'm just gonna go for the favorite 2-1 United.
The favorite scoreline.
The favorite.
It hasn't hit home yet though, but it's probably coming. It hasn't hit for a while, but yeah. Moloto,
Yeah.
you back with us? Your score
Yeah.
prediction.
Yeah, I was tempted to say draw, but we're in a decent form, so I'll back the lads. And I
Yes.
wanted to say 2-1, but just to be different, I'll say 2-0 United.
Oof, the clean sheet. Okay, now you why guys those two? Because those are probably the two best results to predict this weekend. Esh. Listen, I agree with Cliff. Anyway, our shithouse powers and our luck is immense. It is on a level I have never ever seen anyone in world football have in my life. So, you see it's a superpower. However, I still never guarantee us a clean sheet. I'm scarred for life. I am honestly scarred for life. So, I think Burnley, and this is just a game for Burnley, it's a bogey team. They're a bogey team for a reason. So, yeah. Ish. I'm gonna be a bit pragmatic and negative.
Give us a D, boy.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
I'm gonna be a bit negative. I'll be honest, just for the sake of being different. I would love to say 2-1, but for the sake of being different, I'll be the negative guy. That'll be devil's advocate. I say Donny doesn't play. He probably puts Pogba with Scott, similar to my team on the left. Basically, the team that was on my left. I think he plays that team. I think we know exactly what they made all about. Dan James, Rashford, Cavani in the front, against the low block. Yeah, it could work, but it probably wouldn't. Pogba will have defensive responsibility, probably cost us a goal. Won't be Pogba's fault. It'll be the way we tactically set up, and we just know how it is. So, I do have full ability that Burnley will get one, and we shall also get one. So I think let's for the sake of being different and being the devil's advocate, I say 1-1. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Are we playing Sunday? Yeah, we are playing Sunday. We'll have to see what happens.
If we lose the internet will explode.
Ish.
Hey, Marcus might even come back on the show if we lose.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens on Sunday. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. It was a bit cagey at the start, but we got our way through it. Friday morning, birds are chirping, Moloto's aunt is singing in the background. But we move on. Pogba slams Mourinho. Hopefully, we sit here Sunday evening with a good match reaction. Hopefully, we say, guys, we actually played good football. Broke the low block. He played Donny. Played Ahmad. Look at this. Hopefully we get that. I doubt it, but a boy can hope. So yeah, let's just see what happens on Sunday. If you are new, do subscribe, do smash a like, do comment down below your score predictions, and we will see you Sunday evening for the match reaction.